Hello, you're watching Shalom World News. I'm Katie Asco from Dublin, Ireland, and these are your latest headlines from around the world. After returning from his apostolic visit to Slovakia, Pope Francis has thanked Our Lady for her protection at the Basilica of St. Mary Major in Rome on Wednesday, September 15th. It is customary for the pontiff to visit the basilica before and after overseas trips to pray before the centuries-old icon of the Blessed Virgin, known as Maria Salus Populi Romani. Tradition says that the sacred icon of the Holy Virgin arrived in Rome during the reign of Pope St. Gregory the Great around 590 AD, although its origins go back even further. The Holy Father has refused to accept the resignation of German Archbishop Hebe after he offered to step down following a Vatican investigation into the manner in which he had handled abuse cases. The apostolic nunciature in Berlin made this latest announcement on Wednesday, September 15th. They said that the probe had unearthed organizational deficiencies and procedural errors made by the prelate, but that they were not committed intentionally to cover up cases of sexual abuse. In March, the Archbishop announced that he was submitting his resignation to the Pope, seeking immediate release from all duties. A report published in March raised concerns about the prelate's actions regarding several sexual abuse cases while being in charge of pastoral personnel in Cologne Archdiocese from 2006 to 2012. Pro-life activist group Live Action has claimed that they are being censored by Google. In a press release, Live Action President Lila Rose said that Google has blocked the group's pro-life advertisements, including ads promoting the abortion pill reversal treatment, which has saved the lives of 2,500 children so far. Mrs. Rose says Google has sided with an extremist pro-abortion political ideology and accused Google of political double standard, saying it is okay with ads that promote life-ending drugs but does not tolerate life-saving treatments. The Live Action president has also said Google refuses to run their ads promoting their animated video named Olivia, which depicts fetal development. In what is seen as a pro-life move, the Executive Council of New Hampshire in the United States has voted on Wednesday, September 15th, to block public funding for abortion providers. The council voted to strip funding for Planned Parenthood, the Lovering Centre on the Seacoast, and the Equality Health Centre in Concord. The council cited a new state law which mandates physical and financial separation of abortion and family planning services at facilities that receive taxpayer money. Pro-lifers have welcomed the change, saying they want the state to stay on top of the organizations through newly fortified audit provisions. On the other hand, abortion providers have called the vote devastating. In Defense of Christians, also known as IDC, a leading U.S. advocacy organization for Christians and religious minorities in the Middle East and Africa, is hosting a two-day summit on September 21st and 22nd. The event, which will be held virtually from Washington, D.C., will showcase the group's achievements in 2020 and 2021 and will highlight the significant work to be done in championing the cause of persecuted Christians. The event will conclude with Capitol Hill Day, in which IDC supporters will advocate before members of Congress. The organization will also honor U.S. Aid Administrator Samantha Power with the Charles Malek Human Rights Award for long-standing advocacy for humanitarian assistance. Several senators and representatives will also be honored with the IDC Congressional Champion 2021 Award. A priest in Nigeria who has been kidnapped by armed bandits was released a day after his abduction. Father Benson Bulus Luka, the pastor of St. Mathew's Church in Zango-Kataf in Kaduna State, was abducted on Monday, September 13th, by bandits who stormed his residence. Chancellor of Kafanchan Diocese, Father Emmanuel Okolo, has confirmed that Father Luka has been released. He also thanked all those who prayed for the priest's safe return and asked priests of the diocese to offer a Thanksgiving Mass. Kaduna State is the worst affected by banditry, and more than 100 people have been abducted and killed in numerous communities since January. In Myanmar, fighting between ethnic militia and government troops has intensified, and yet another church has been destroyed in heavy artillery fire, Johnson Memorial Baptist Church in Santlang. Thankfully, there were no casualties. The state of Chin is home to a large number of Christians and shares a border with India and Bangladesh. Fighting is ongoing between the Chinland Defence Forces and the Burmese Army, forcing local residents to flee to other areas and even across the Indian border. Since July, attacks on churches across the nation have increased. In some places, government troops are stationed in churches where they indulge in acts of desecration. Archbishop Martin Kivuva, who is head of the Kenyan Bishops' Conference, has reiterated that churches are sanctuaries for worship, adding that he will not tolerate any politician using them for political ends. The prelate further stated that there will be no special considerations for politicians, and like any other worshipper, he expects them to comply with the rules and regulations of the church. Bishops from various dioceses in Kenya have issued similar warnings to those who use churches for their personal and political purposes. This comes as in the past, some priests have permitted leaders to address the congregation and in turn use the opportunity to verbally attack opponents. Those are your latest headlines. Do join us tomorrow and visit swnews.org for more updates. Shalom.